Hi, this is Asa, and welcome to my audio experience. Let's kick off the show with Patrick. Hi, Patrick.
My question about IT band, I had it in my right leg, and it went over to my left leg because of compensation. And I've tried a lot of things to get rid of it in my left leg, and it just won't seem to get out of my hip. I've tried acupuncture, stretching, ice baths. I'm on a good joint supplement, blah, blah, blah. I'm eating very healthy. My weight's good. All I'm doing is low-impact stuff, swimming and biking and jumping on a trampoline and lots of stretching.
Yeah, so the IT band is a whole different deal. Now, like anything within the body, when something is firing, as we call it, which is where it's active or activated, and it's in spasm, basically. The muscles around it get in spasm, whatnot. Usually it's a mineral deficiency. But in a case like that, though, you really want to have a full nutritional profile done, lab work, blood work, to see what your nutritional deficient levels are. Because you could just say, oh, that's magnesium, or oh, that's potassium. But that's still shooting in the dark. It's a good best guess, but you don't want to be guessing. That's the one thing about nutrition I don't like, is that you may hear something I say, or we read something in the research, or read some blog online article, and it's like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. Everybody needs to be taking magnesium. We're all magnesium deficient, yada, yada. Well, but what is good for one person is not good for the other. It's what we call biochemical individuality. And you have to realize that nutrition needs to be strategic. It needs to have a plan. It doesn't need to be, let's try this, let's try that, because one thing can throw off an entire system. So the body is always striving to be in balance. Remember that, okay? So when you start messing with the equilibrium of the body, okay, and you start getting it out of balance, it's not real happy. Definitely not a happy camper. And he'll let you know it, the body, he or she, whatever. So you want to keep the body in as much of a balanced state as possible with this sort of thing. So with the IT band, number one, you got to figure out what your deficient areas are. Are they minerals? We got to figure that out. So that's number one. Number two is, of course, from a rehab perspective, what can you do to correct it? I like percussive therapy. It's really become on strong, and a lot of the athletic trainers are using it. Physical therapists are using it. Chiropractic physicians are using it. Percussive therapy is probably one of the best things I've seen when it comes to soft tissue strengthening and rehabbing, because it's something that you can do it with a provider, but now they've got some at-home therapy devices that you can, once you learn kind of the techniques, that you can use on yourself, and it produces tremendous, tremendous results. For example, I'll give you a great example just for myself, okay? So not too long ago, I was in a pair of sandals, and I walked off of a ledge or whatever, and I twisted my ankle. But it didn't really twist like normal, okay? So it like kind of half rolled, but it rotated more left to right than it did rolling over. And it made this pop noise, right? I'm like, great, I just messed up my ankle. So I could still walk on it, but it hurt real bad, and it didn't swell. Now that's not a good sign, because normally when you have something like that and you have a no swelling with a pop noise, it means you broke one of the bones in your foot. Okay? I'm like, great. And of course yes, I am a physician. And yes, I would tell you to not do this, but I did this, just being transparent. I was like, I'll be fine. Threw some ice on it. I'll be fine. Plus I'm too busy. I don't have time, right? Everything I tell you not to do. So just so you know, I talk to myself the way I talk to you. So I have these conversations with myself. And every morning when I get up to go to the gym, I don't know that a day that I've ever woke up and just fired up to go to the gym. I have to coach myself. I think that's why I'm so good at coaching you, because I have to coach myself so much all the time. So, I said, I'll be fine, right? But deep down, I know, I'm like, man, you messed up your foot. You need to fix it. So I said, I'll be fine. Well, a week goes by and it's not fine. And it's not swollen. I'm like, dang it, what have I done? So I don't think I broke my foot, but maybe I did break my foot. Okay, so I had a buddy of mine. We shot an x-ray, a couple of angles, and no break. Cortex on the foot's fine. I'm telling you this for a reason. So, of course, I'd always done percussive therapy in our clinics, but what happened was my friend, who's a colleague, he's a physician, has percussion in his office. And so we were working on the rehab strategy for it, and I was like, I know what it is. It's got to be the peroneus brevis, which is it's one of the little muscles down in the lower part of the foot, because it controls certain parts of the inversion and all that, right? And I said, put the percussor on that muscle, and he put the percussor, which is this vibrating tool, on that muscle. And I don't know. Giving birth, I'm sure hurts. I'm sure it's probably one of the worst pains ever. And kidney stones are like unbelievable pain. But this percussion unit on this muscle had to rank in those two. It's like I came off the table. Like, I think I came off the table in the air. It hurt so bad. And so I had a percussive tool anyway at my office. And so I took the percussive tool home, and I started doing it gently over a period of about 3 days. And the percussive therapy brings fluid to the area to enable rapid healing. That's what it does. So what I had done is actually had strained my peroneus brevis muscle, and by doing the percussive therapy with that, it actually healed it to the point in about a 3-day time frame that I was at full activity. I mean, full activity. Could run, and I could hardly walk. Okay, so it's amazing that percussive therapy. It's amazing what it can do. So the IT band, I'm just telling you that story personally, but the IT band is no different. Okay, if you work on the origin and insertion points of the IT band, iliotibial band, that's what that stands for, then it'll do wonders. It can really help. And then the low level laser, which is a cold laser, can be helpful too. And it's something that's fairly simple. Most sports type clinics have that. If they do anything with athletes, if they do anything with like orthopedics or physical therapy, they're going to have these lasers now. They're new in the last 10 years, probably FDA approved and all of that. But it makes a huge difference, big difference. So look at percussive therapy, Hugh, for that, along with the nutritional deficiencies, and look at the laser therapy. And Patrick, that'll help tremendous with what you're going through. All right, 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Give us a call or go to the website, go to asarx.com. If you haven't subscribed to the podcast, you should. Go to any of your favorite platforms, look up Asa Rx Experience, and you can, of course, be a part of what we do every single day and carry us with you. The main goal with what we do is to help you become the best version of you, to push you, to encourage you, to give you the tools and the information and the community to be able to reach your goals. We'll be right back. Hi, it's Asa. I'm giving you a copy of my best-selling book for free to help you in your health journey today. I'll pay for the book. All you do is just cover the small shipping and handling costs. Go to asarx.com and get your free book today.
To find out more, connect with On Call Radio online at InShapeNetwork.com.
Welcome back to the show, 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. What are you struggling with? We're here for you. Doesn't matter. Just remember, if the body can get sick, it can also get well. So the key is being encouraged. The key is knowing that if you're going a certain direction, you gain a bunch of weight, maybe you're taking 3 or 4 medications for something, and you know that it's just your own choices that got you there, whatever it is, know that you can win. You can win that battle. You can beat it. You can get to another level, and you don't have to be stuck where you are. That's what I want you to see more than anything, is that you don't have to stay where you are, and you don't have to feel stuck. Okay, your body can change. Remember, the body regenerates every single day. Each day, old cells die off, new cells form, and the cells turn over about every 90 to 120 days. We get brand new parts of our body every year. Pretty cool, huh? So it's kind of like having a second chance, and a third chance, and a fourth chance, and a fifth chance. So you have all these chances by making these choices, and that's what I just love about it. It makes a huge difference in your overall health when you make the right kind of choices, and that's what we want to help you do on the show. If you haven't signed up and subscribed for the podcast, make sure to do that. And if you're looking for a provider in your area that believes the same way we do, just go to asarx.com. We can partner you up with someone in your area to get you the help that you need. And don't forget, I'm giving away my book right now. Go to myfreehealthbook.com, myfreehealthbook.com. And all you got to do is you pay for the shipping and I pay for the book. It's a pretty cool deal. So go there, and we're doing that right now just to help everybody during a time of crisis where people need good information to be able to encourage themselves and to get the help that you need. That's super important to us. And so we want to support you every way that we can. Let's get on the phones and go with Pam. Hi, Pam.
Hello. I have a health challenge with halitosis. I have good oral hygiene care. I floss, I brush, I rinse, but it seems for some reason every now and then something foul comes out.
So that's good. That's the misconception with the halitosis. It's people think that it's just the good oral hygiene, which you've got to have. I mean, you got to keep your teeth brushed and flossed and all of that. You want to have good oral hygiene on a regular basis. But the big thing about halitosis, remember, stinky breath equals stinky bowel. Okay? So just remember that. And so if you have halitosis, there's massive issues going on in the gut. And it's just because it's coming from the same spot. So if your gut is not healthy, breath will not be healthy. Okay? Clean gut, clean breath. It's not about the mint that you put in your body and that you put in your mouth. It's not about how many times you brush your teeth and rinse and do the antibacterial rinse, all that. That's not doing it. It's not coming from your mouth. It's coming from deep down in your gut. So that means the bacterial flora, what we call the microbiome, big fancy word. The microbiome is the environment of the gut. It's your overall environment. And the microbiome's got to be clear. It needs to have the right kind of bacteria, a good balance of the right kind of bacteria. And if you get that in place, then the halitosis will usually take care of itself. So that's kind of the main overview of what needs to be done. I would look at that first and foremost and build a game plan. Now, the anti-inflammatory diet that's in my book, Empowering Your Health, if you can look at that. But our coaching, in our coaching system, we have an entire system based around that. And, of course, if you go to asarx.com, we've got a complete system on how to get you into the right place and into the right space. That will help you get to the next level, okay? So that's the one. But halitosis is not just like, oh, you ate too many onions, or, oh, there's this going on. It's a gut issue. So you got to make sure you get rid of things like yeast, candida, as we call it, fungal type issues, histamine, inflammation. You want to clear all that out of your gut and digestive system so that everything will work right. That's kind of your target, and your goal needs to be in that direction. Okay. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Whatever you're struggling with, just know this: if the body can get sick, it can also get well. Lifestyle is the medicine. So medicine, again, a lot of people think it's just a pill. It's not. Your choices. That's the best medicine. Always. So let's talk about some habits of healthy people. And when I talk about habits, it's really what you do every single day that's going to determine your overall health. Did you know that? You don't just get diabetes for no reason. Okay, you get diabetes because of your habits. You don't get high blood pressure for no reason, for just genetics. You get high blood pressure because of your habits. So, and even arthritis, you say, well, it's a genetic thing. No, really, it's what you do, your habits. If you've been carrying around a lot of extra body weight, then that's the issue. If you're carrying around a bunch of extra body weight, then that's a major issue. And that's what will cause you to really be challenged. And that's what's going to cause you to really not be able to focus on your health is making those kind of choices. So when you get heavy, for example, it puts extra stress on your joints. Yes, that can cause arthritis. But did you know that arthritis is mostly caused by what's going on in the inside of the gut? And that's one of the big keys. So number one on your habits, we're going to jump into these for a little bit, but number one on your habits is I want you to really focus on your relationship with exercise. okay? Because I think this is the hardest one. I can get anyone to eat, I don't know, broccoli, okay, instead of French fries. I can get anybody to eat salmon or tuna instead of fried chicken. Like that's an easy thing. But the exercise, I think, is one of the main ones that you got to get somebody to really buy into, because it's not easy. That's the hard one. That's the one that takes a lot of effort. So if somebody, when you're having certain choices that you have to make, I would put exercise at the top. And this is where it comes into that whole strong mind piece. You got to have a strong mind. Have to. Okay? And no matter what, you've got to be in a position where you can make those good choices. So exercise and getting your mind ready is the main thing. Now, look, here's the thing. You don't have to do weightlifting or, don't associate it with that. Exercise can be any kind of activity. Racquetball, tennis, basketball, walking, jogging, lifting weights, doing exercise videos, whatever it is. The main thing about that is you have to find something that works for you that you'll stick to.
To find out more, visit the show online, InShapeNetwork.com.
Welcome back to the show, 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. What are you struggling with? Come on, let's talk about it. That's what this show's about, taking you to the next level, getting you to the next level with your health and with your life. 888-283-7272. This is Asa. You're listening to Asa Rx. Go to asarx.com. So let's talk about healthy habits. One is exercise, and these are some basics that I really want to jump into. You have to have a healthy relationship with exercise, okay? Like there is no more, I don't want to do it, I don't want, I can tell you this. I do like to train and I like to exercise, okay? But I like to do it on my time. If I'm going to do it, I want to do it when I want to do it. And let's just face it. When you have a day full of responsibility and you run several companies and you've got a family and you've got kids, like I learned a long time ago when I was in medical school that, for me to get things done, I was never a morning person. I really wasn't. And I had to make myself do that. And even to this day, my passion for everything really wakes me up. But to work out in the morning and all that, I have to make myself do that. Like it's one of those things. I can't remember a day I just woke up and said, "Woo, let's go work out." It was I had to coach myself like I do with you. I have to push myself to even do it. I have self-talk. Like I'm literally having a conversation with myself, and that's okay. But I've got a good relationship. I've realized that no matter what, after I finish, I feel better. There's never been a workout I've had, even when it wasn't that great of a workout, right? And I've had good ones and bad ones. They're all good because at the end of the day, I feel great. I accomplished something. I'm glad I did it. So find something you love to do and then find a time to do it. I like doing it first thing in the morning. If I don't get it done first thing in the morning, typically it's just not going to happen. So, or it's a struggle to make it happen and I have to miss some other things to get it in. And sometimes that is, it's just not feasible. So that's just find a way to get your exercise in at a time that works for you. But usually first thing in the morning is good for most people. That way you don't miss and you can stay consistent. Now, another one is there's a big movement right now with a lot of people that says no days off, hustle, grind, this whole deal. And I agree with that. You got to push. But I do think you need at least 1 to 2 days of rest. And I mean complete rest days. The body needs it. You need it mentally. You need it emotionally. You need it physically. And they've proven that rest days actually helps increase performance all the way around. So take rest days, but plan them. Please plan them. One thing is a pet peeve of mine. I don't miss my workouts. I haven't missed a workout. This sounds crazy, but I haven't missed a workout in it's been 32 years now. Wow. So I haven't missed, that says a lot. So in a long time. Since I started working out, I have not missed a day. Now, I have taken off days. And if some circumstance made me miss a day, then the off day that I had scheduled, I would take up and use that as a workout day. Okay, follow me? So you have to be committed. Committed to yourself, committed to becoming better, committed to not giving up on your goals. And as much as exercise is important, your rest is important too, because health and healing comes with rest. There's a reason that we have to rest. There's a reason you have to sleep at night, because the body has to recover and regenerate. It dumps out toxins. There's so much that happens when you're resting. And so you want to plan rest days off. I always say at least one a week, definitely one a week, but even two for some people is even, very, very important. But plan your rest days, all right? Now, don't exercise to eat. A lot of people think you'll just, you can eat all the cake and the donuts and everything you want. You'll just do extra cardio, right? You'll stay on the treadmill for another hour. Don't do that. You can't do that. You'll never out-exercise a bad diet. It will not. It won't happen. It won't happen. So make sure that you eat, okay, in a way, and exercise is like you're eating for the fuel to live your day and to exercise. That's why you eat, not for entertainment and not for enjoyment, and not to eat whatever you want and thinking that exercise is going to burn it off. You just can't. It's the wrong mindset. It won't work. And it doesn't produce good health in the meantime. We're talking about healthy habits right now. You're listening to Asa Rx. You can check us out, asarx.com. If you haven't subscribed to the podcast, make sure you do. It's on all the platforms. Just look up Asa Rx Experience, and you can easily join in on that conversation. We'd love to have you each and every day with us. Also, you can give me a call, 888-283-7272. Now, when we're talking about healthy habits, number one, the other one is you want to go with the flow. And what I mean by that is when you find something in your day-to-day routine that you like, whether it's racquetball, tennis, walking, jogging, whatever, drinking kombucha drinks, protein shakes that you really like, your green drinks, your fresh lemon water in the morning when you wake up, whatever it is, develop a routine and then get in that flow. So what works well for someone else may not work well for you, but find your own flow. Find what works well for you. And, when you take these principles that we talk about here in the show and you hear and you learn certain things, find out what works for you, right? But put it into a system and then get consistent with your system, right? Like if you like to go to bed at 10 o'clock every night, go to bed at 10. Don't go to bed at 8, then at 2 in the morning. And then, get a routine. The body loves routine. So you want to get into a system where your body really is in that routine, but it's a health routine, not a sporadic, unhealthy routine. All right. Know what you like. Okay. That kind of goes along the same lines, but also mix things up. Now, the way you want to mix things up is in your exercise. So if you like to walk or jog or whatever, you might want to mix up how you do that. Maybe you walk at a track one day, or, run stairs at a stadium, or you run up and down some steps as you're jogging along your path, whatever it is. If you go to the gym and you like to do weights all the time, maybe you switch over to bands or do body weight exercises, but mix up how you do what you do, and the body will respond. The one thing about exercise, the body likes variation. And the more you vary it, the more you use variant in your exercise and you really mix things up and you vary the weight load and the intensity, the body really responds well to that. So think about mixing it up, how you can do that, and that's a great way to go. Get support. Get around a community. One thing we have here is an amazing, amazing community of people that just want to get better. Every day they want to get better. They want to just thrive. They want to grow. They want to get better. They want to get stronger, leaner, faster, stronger, smarter, and become the best version of themselves. Like that is who we are, and that's what we do, and that's what we want to help you do. So get into a good community group, people around you, like-minded, that want to really go to that next level. And then do it for the mental benefits too. So we know so much about the mental health benefits of exercise, but being consistent, you'll be amazed that when you set goals each day, even as much as a 15-minute walk or jumping on a mini trampoline or going to the gym and working out, just not only is it good for you physically, like is it going to help you physically, but what it does for you in the emotional side of an accomplishment is amazing. So what it'll say to you is, you can trust yourself. You can trust yourself to do well. You can trust yourself that you'll follow through. You can trust yourself that you can make it happen. That's the key. So be consistent with whatever choices that you make when it comes to your health, okay? Habits are everything. You will become a sum total of your habits. And if you sow your habits, you're going to reap a character. That becomes who you are. And you sow good character, and that reaps your destiny. So those are true statements. And you want to decide who you want to become, how you want to become that, and what direction you want to go. It is a massive, massive shift in what you do. We want to see you live well always. So go 888-283-7272. Give us a call or go to the website. Go to asarx.com. Let's get over to Carl. Hi, Carl.
I've been It's been suggested that I have a Euro lift for bladder control and for an enlarged prostate. And I'm wondering if that's my only alternative, whether or not I can do this through diet and exercise, or would the Euro lift be the best way to go? I know that I'm being very general, but that's my concern. Thank you.
Yeah, the UroLift is a good procedure, but regardless of that, you want to build the muscles around the pelvic floor. It's always important for a male or female, and there are certain exercises that you can do for that. Your doctor can help you with that, by the way, urologist. But from a nutritional perspective, yeah, you want to do everything you can internally to build up a good, healthy environment. And that's going to involve several things. It's going to involve you cutting out inflammation in the body. It's going to involve you making sure that you get the right kind of fatty acids in on a regular basis, that you get the gut bacteria and the microbiome to be a certain way. And that involves using probiotics and certain types of enzymes and building up the hydrochloric acid in the stomach, because it usually declines over time, so that your digestion improves and all of that gets better. There's a whole way of improving overall health, digestive health, mental health, all of it. It all comes together. Remember, strong mind, strong body, strong life. Those are the three keys. And so you have to put that together to really win in this game. That's the deal. You have to do that to win. And so we want to see you do that. So, if you need help, just get with one of our coaches, one of our providers that can get you the help that you need to take you to that next level. Our providers are key. Those are coaches that will take you by the hand and walk with you in a process like this. And we've got, providers all over the country, and our coaches are there to help you with whatever you need. But this is something that you're going to want to get lab work done, check for nutritional deficiencies, build up those areas, understand what's weak and what's strong. And then, of course, the exercises I was talking about can be helpful as well. But, the main issue is there is help. Hi, it's Asa. I'm giving you a copy of my best-selling book for free to help you in your health journey today. I'll pay for the book. All you do is just cover the small shipping and handling costs. Go to asarx.com and get your free book today.
Connect with On Call Radio and watch On Call TV at InShapeNetwork.com.
Welcome back to the show, 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Lines are open with questions about your health. Give us a call or go to the website. Go to asarx.com. Let's kick off and go with Heather. Hi, Heather.
Yes, my question is on fertility. My 31-year-old son has been told that he has decreased fertility due to all three factors: decreased sperm count, decreased motility, and irregular shaped sperm. And the only thing suggested would be in vitro. So I was wondering what could be done naturally that would change that. Very much appreciate it.
Sure. Yeah, so a couple things can happen. Remember that when you're talking about motility, and you're also talking about the type of sperm count, and the volume, a couple things can happen. Now, from a natural standpoint, there's a lot you can do. Zinc is the number one deficient mineral in men, and outside of magnesium. But zinc is responsible for sperm count directly, has a massive impact on it. So increasing his zinc, whether by food or supplementation, a lot of times when you get low, you have to increase it with a supplement form. But zinc glycinate is a good version of that. Zinc chelate is really good too, but you got to take it with food. Don't ever take those by themselves. because minerals absorb a lot better with food. You'll get a better absorption rate. So I would use the zinc. Zinc is really, it's got all kinds of studies behind it. And your omega-3 fatty acids play a role as well. Now, when it comes to overall sperm count from a medical standpoint, there are, like with fertility doctors, what they'll typically do for men, they have found that Clomid, which is a drug that really doesn't have a whole lot of side effects. That's the good news about it. But what it does is it actually increases the sperm count in men, and that's what it's taken for. Now, it was originally made for females, but they found that it works really well. The male chemistry doesn't create any side effects. I mean, little things, but nothing that's detrimental, that doesn't fade once you finish the drug. So you might want to look into that, because most people don't know about it. And frankly, it's such a cheap, inexpensive drug. It's been around forever. Doctors, unless they've studied kind of their most recent findings, they don't really even consider that something that would be used for men in any capacity. So you might want to talk to his doctor about it. And that's an option. But I would look at the natural route first, because getting him tested for zinc and seeing what his level is on a blood test and finding out what that is, and then getting the blood built up with zinc can be a major piece for him. I've seen that be one of the major players for people getting pregnant, and for the sperm count and everything to be working better is low amounts of zinc. It's like number one. And when you're talking about sperm quality, stress plays a big role too. Having him get enough rest, between 7 and 8 hours a night minimum on a consistent basis, lowering cortisol levels in the body through certain adaptogens can be helpful. And, again, I've got a whole list of that. If you go to asarx.com or get with one of our body coaches, they can go through that with you. But that's one of the main keys. Okay. Because you can raise it up, and there are ways medically to do that with medicine, but you can do it naturally as well. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Give us a call, or go to the website, go to asarx.com. So Americans, they say, have shorter lifespans than people in similar nations. Why is that? Well, there's car crashes, shootings, drug overdoses, which cause about 100,000 deaths a year in the U.S., and that may explain why Americans' life expectancy is lower than similar countries. But American life expectancy is about 2 years shorter than residents of Austria, Denmark, Finland, Germany, Italy, Japan, and the Netherlands, Norway, Portugal, Spain, Sweden, and the United Kingdom, just to say the least. So for the U.S. men, the difference translates from 76.4 years versus 78.6 years, where in those countries it's 81.2 years versus 83.4 years. About 50% of the gap for men and about 20% for women is due to just those cases of injury. Now, this is all from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, all their statistics. So the team found that, of course, with the shootings and things that go on, that greatly reduces the life expectancy. But Dr. David Katz, who's president of the American College of Lifestyle Medicine, which I'm a professional member of and just a huge advocate for, says, we have long had clear evidence that life expectancy in the U.S. lags behind many of our peer countries around the world. And here we're told why. There are ongoing efforts in both law enforcement and engineering to reduce toll of car crashes and reduce a lot of these unexpected causes of death. And, so the whole point of me talking about this is that the injuries that factor into a lot of these numbers play a role too. So as we get better, everything, right? As we get better with learning about science, our eating habits, our exercise, stress management, as we get better with all of that, then lifespan you're going to see increase. As we get better at managing things like car crashes and shootings, and as we work on that aspect of our culture and our socialization of our environment, as we work on that, it's going to help the overall life expectancy. So those numbers have other factors in it more than just disease, more than just heart disease and diabetes and all that. There's other factors. But our lifespan, overall, the good news is, okay, our lifespan is slowly increasing in numbers. That's the good news. We may be lagging behind some of the other countries, but we're still increasing. I mean, it has jumped massive in the last decade. And I suspect with everything that we're learning for lifespan, because longevity is one of my main topics for people. It's really helping people in that second half of life to live long and live strong and be able to do everything they want to do. But, this is one of those things that you have to focus in on. And we know that the research that we're having now is making a huge impact. So you can live longer. If you make good choices and you keep your environment strong, then you can live strong and do really, really well. And on this show and here in our companies, we want to help you do that. Go to asarx.com. We're always here for you. If you haven't subscribed to the podcast, make sure to do so. It comes out every single day. Just go to your favorite platform, look up Asa Rx Experience. It puts another hour in the charts. I want to thank our producer, Lyle Valentine, Derek Allen, John Garrison, our chief engineer, and the rest of the team. Go tell one person that you learned on this show, and together we can transform the health of our friends, our families, and our communities. You're listening to the show that helps you reach your potential and become the best version of you.
Did you know you could listen to the Asa Rx audio experience on Spotify and Pandora? For all the ways to watch and listen, check out our show page at asarx.com/experience.
Hi, it's Asa. I'm giving you a copy of my best-selling book for free to help you in your health journey today. I'll pay for the book. All you do is just cover the small shipping and handling costs. Go to asarx.com and get your free book today.
This episode is over, but check episode notes for links to products and services you've heard about on this episode. Thanks for listening and subscribing. Please share the Asa Rx audio experience with others and stay in touch by giving us your comment or review.